Hello everyone, this is an Oklahoma weather blog coverage. We do have several tornado warnings in the state. By several, I mean two. One is just east of McAllister, heading towards Wilburton, and the next is south of Poto, Heavenor. So let's start with the Heavenor storm. We're streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. So check us out on one of those channels or tell somebody where they are. So, first tornado is right. Okay, they just dropped that warning. Not sure if they're going to reissue it, but see what the text is. Inch and a half hail and 60 mile per hour winds. So, right now is going to be your area of circulation. Very easily could still be rotating. Not sure if it's on the ground. It will be heading towards Plainview and Danville. Be taking your tornado precautions at this time. It wouldn't take much for this thing to ramp back up and start have damage with it. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Don't know why my radar glitched on me. But Heavenor, okay, that makes more sense. Radar's a little bit messy, but your area of circulation is right near Heavenor. And it will be moving east soon to cross the state line. Pull up the text here. Tornado radar indicated hail less than 3/4 of an inch, moving east at 25 miles per hour, so that's going to soon move on out of the state. Then this next storm we're talking about, just north of Wilburton, your area of circulation is going to be right there. Not a super defined hook, but Clinton, Wilburton, Robbers Cave area. You are going to have this tornado warning in effect for you. It's radar indicated with an inch and 3/4 size hail. It's moving east at, I believe, 20 miles per hour? 15 miles per hour. So it's a slow mover. It's going to track somewhere in that vicinity. We'll keep an eye out on that as it moves through the area. Right now, crossing the county line north of Hartshorn. And then I want to talk about these storms in southwestern and western Oklahoma. Lots of action today, lots of area. After what we thought would be a little bit quiet period. But this one near Fort Cobb, Anadarko, and Gracemont, that's just going to be a small hail and wind producer. We're talking about inch and a half size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. And then we have this storm to the south along the Red River near Ryden and Sugden. Not a lot of rotation with this one. It's more of a line. Inch and 3/4 and 7 mile per hour winds. Now that isn't. Now when I say there isn't any good area rotation, that doesn't mean we can't have any quick spin ups with this. And then we'll go to this storm near Granfield. Granfield, Loveland. You are under a flash flood warning. So turn around, don't drown. Duval, Randalet, you are under the severe thunderstorm along with Granfield. And it's for 1.75 inch and 60 mile per hour winds. Your two hail cores are going to be right there and right there. So south of Granfield by half a mile. We'll animate this real quick just to get a sense of what's going on here. Looks like there is splitting occurring with this storm. So you have, oopsies, there we go. You have that area and that area that are kind of splitting. This one's going to drift to the southeast. This one's going to move to the northeast. And what you'll do is we'll have two separate supercells there that we will continue to monitor. There's a tornado warning for Bowie, Texas. Looks like a pretty stout tornado warning on that, but that's going to stay into Texas. Should stay south of the Red River. As we move back up and talk about these storms, let me select the correct area. There is a severe thunderstorm up near Sallisaw, north of Brent. Right now, there's not any good circulation with it. Again, we'll continue to keep an eye on it as it moves basically down I-40 at probably 5 miles, okay, east at 20 miles per hour. And we have 60 mile per hour wind gusts and coil-sized hail. Kind of struggled to get itself going. There's this area of circulation that's about to cross the Oklahoma-Arkansas border. We're talking about northeast of Heavenor. It will continue moving off and be out of the state shortly. And then we have this tornado warning for Wilburton. Again, this is the area that I complain about often on here. And there's not any good radar coverage for this area. But right in there is going to be your area of circulation. Looks like the circulation has occluded. We'll see if it's reorganizing, what happens with it. But Wilburton to Clinton, Roberts Cave, Red Oak, be prepared. Quinta, you might have a tornado reform. Velocity presentation currently doesn't look as great, but these can ramp up fairly quickly. And then there's this storm, I think that's going up near Eufaula. Yep. So you can see this split again. Yeah, this storm moving to the east, this storm moving to the northeast. This northeast storm for now is going to be a hail and wind producer up to 1.75 inches and 60 mile per hour winds in the next 30 minutes or so. So Purim, Sims, Webbers Falls, Carlisle, be on the lookout. You're going to have this storm move towards your area. We'll have to see what it does. Again, Wilburton, Clinton, Quinta tornado warning does continue for another 10 minutes. This is a radar indicated tornado. There's nothing that we can confirm it with right now, but we're kind of in a radar gap. I would just assume the tornado's still there, or will come back very shortly. So as we continue to cover ground here, we have this Anadarko Fort Cobb storm that continues to kind of weaken and still marginally severe. Gracemont, you're in the line of fire as well for hail up to about 1 inch and a quarter to 60 mile per hour winds. And then we'll talk about these summer storms again. So let me kind of outline Oklahoma here. The Oklahoma-Texas border. So something like that's the Oklahoma border. As you can see, most of the action is to the south of Red River in this region. Oklahoma right now is seeing anywhere from 1 inch to 1.5 inch size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. There isn't a single area of defined rotation, although there might be a couple of storms trying to get its act together. Down here, no. Just something to watch here just south of the border near Granfield. This storm looks like it's maybe trying to split. Have to continue watching now. This storm near Terrell, we'll have to watch that. That's an interesting velocity presentation. See what that evolution looks like. Looks like noise on the radar from a first glance. But again, let's try to verify it with another radar. Yeah, not any good velocity from it. That would say, yeah, we need to be concerned about that. Again, let's move out to east in eastern Oklahoma. Check out, yeah, that circulation is now crossing the Oklahoma-Arkansas border. So I do expect that to be going away shortly, which is always good news. I'm going to switch velocity products here. Okay. But your area of circulation with this Wilburton storm is going to be right in that area that I have circled. It's going to be about 8.7 miles northwest of Wilburton. General movement is east with a slight southward drift. I do imagine it will be going north of Wilburton through Robbers Cave State Park. But again, we'll continue to watch this as well as these storm splits on these to see what they're doing. The storm up near Sallisaw. Nothing tornadic about this one right now. Again, inch to an inch and a quarter size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts are possible with this storm. That's Sallisaw, Brent, Gaines, Atkins, Mordoro, Long, Roland, Belfonte. See where I am at. Anything heading to the city area. There is this one storm heading towards the Oklahoma City area. It's likely going to die out before it reaches there, and will likely move more towards the El Reno area. We're talking about Great Smart, Anadarko, Fort Cobb, up towards El Reno and Calumet, basically. It's not very severe at this moment. Inch and a half and 60 mile per hour winds, plenty enough to do damage still, but not the most stout storm in the state. And we'll continue watching these splits and see how they evolve as the night goes on. Looks like there is a new severe thunderstorm warning for the Fort Smith area. So that includes Panama, Rock Island, Hackett, Arkansas, Bonanza, Arkansas, Pensacola, Oklahoma, and Spiro. The warning is for inch and 60 mile per hour, and they do have a tornado possible tag on it. So what this is a tornado possible tag indicates that there might be a weak tornado associated with this. The area, most likely area for said tornado, would probably be in this Panama region heading towards Rock Island. Movement is east at 20 miles per hour. Looks like that heave north storm has moved off into Arkansas. This Sallisaw, Atkins, Brent storm doesn't look like anything currently is occurring with that. This Purim storm heading towards Purim and Sims, is going to slowly start ramping up. Right now we'll see how it evolves. It's not severe yet, but it very well could become severe in the next couple of hours. And we'll check on this Wilburton storm. So again, your circulation is going to be right around there. I will be taking your tornado precautions. Wilburton to Clinton on that highway there. Robbers Cave. They just updated the tornado warning 4 minutes left on this warning. Right now it's only a radar indicated. It's not confirmed, but the circulation is starting to look a little bit better than it did early on. And then we have this other storm trying to get going now, Albion in Tallahena. And that will move up towards the Rystore, Howell, and Heavno area most likely. But we're continuing to see how that one evolves. Check on these storms in southwestern Oklahoma. Again, nothing too crazy right now. Everything's basically south of the Red River, that's severe downhill. On Ryan, you do have this severe storm now. You do still have a very broad circulation with it. Nothing too crazy right now. Just that it has a mesocyclone. Storm now Chickasay looks like it may be continuing to weaken. Yep, it's continuing to weaken. I don't expect it to last too much longer. Move out east again. Again, this Cameron, Rock Island, Hackett, Bonanza, Pensacola, Spiro, Panama, Steady Point does have a tornado passport tag on it. And your circulation is going to be rain wrapped if there is anything there. Yet in the next half hour to an hour, I do expect it to cross the Oklahoma-Arkansas border near Bonanza and Hackett. Tallahena storm continues to ramp up. Wouldn't be surprised to see 7 coming on that soon. The new severe thunderstorm warning for the Wilburton storm, including Red Oak, Kinta, Quinton, warning Texas 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and $half-sized hail. I do expect this tornado warning to be extended as the circulation really hasn't gone away. Check on this again. Sallisaw storm. Just a hell and wind maker with this. Doesn't have any sort of rotation going for it. We are watching this area, this whole area right here, for continued storm development this evening as storms are trying to fire in this region. As we move back to southwestern Oklahoma, still have that storm now Ryan. This will head off towards Wilson, Lone Grove, Ardmore. Nothing too crazy happening with it right now. Like I said earlier, about an inch and 3/4 to hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds. It will likely stay south of the highway, running from Wilson to Ringling. Marietta area, probably will go just north of you, but we'll continue to keep an eye on this. While I'm seeing this on radar, if you know people near Bowie, this looks like a pretty dangerous tornado. It's radar indicated, but velocity looks very good on it. Let me pull up full panel here. Back to Oklahoma. This storm now Duval heading towards Randalet. It's still severe. Doesn't really look like any organized threat besides instant 3/4 hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Storm now Anadarko continues to weaken. As let's head back out to the east. playing a lot of radar hopscotch tonight as we are covering a lot of area. This tornado warning has expired for the Wilburton storm. Let's see if they reissue it. Should be a couple minutes before we get an update on this. As always, throw any questions you have for me in the chat and I'll happily answer them. This Rock Island Cameron storm, that circulation area has broadened. Doesn't look like any tornado is on that right now. I do expect it to continue pushing out towards Bonanza and Hackett. Storm near Atkins, south of Atkins, approaching Mordro, north of Gaines. Still looks fairly stout. Inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds is the official warning text on it. Doesn't look like they're going to extend this tornado warning for a Wilburton storm, which is kind of surprising. Let me hop on Twitter and see what's going on with that. Nope, they don't see any. Yeah, they just reissued a tornado warning on it. Okay. Radar indicator less than 75 miles per hour. And if you don't know where Roberts Cave State Park is at, that's where Roberts Cave State Park is at. If you know anybody in and around that state park, make sure they are taking their tornado precautions, as this storm will continue pushing off to the east at 20 miles per hour. It's just now crossing the highway between Clinton and Wilburton, so I'm starting to be on the lookout now. Storm down near Poto, or Tallahassee, and Avion is now severe thunderstorm warned. Threats for this include inch-sized hail and 60 miles per hour winds. This will continue moving off to the northeast. Western and Heavenor, you are on the line of fire for this, and eventually Poto. See how that continues to develop. Southern storms are continue to not be terribly impressive at this moment. We'll continue to watch these as they move along. Storm near Anadarko keeps on dying. Gracemont, I'll be surprised if they continue this severe thunderstorm warning much longer. This low reflectivity pattern can be ignored. That's windmills. This tornado warning for Heavenor in Oklahoma can be ignored. It's out of the state. No threat right now. Still a bit of a broad circulation with this Rock Island Cameron storm. Panama storm may start coming into effect here lately, soon. We'll see how that evolves. They just updated this warning. South Atkins. Severe thunderstorm was located 30 miles northwest of Mordro, 60 mile per hour wind gusts, and nickel-sized hail. Movement is east at 35 miles per hour. So hail size with this is continuing to come down, and we have about 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Storm near Wilburton continues to start to look more and more impressive as time goes on. It's kind of in a radar gap right now. As we continue to watch these storms move off, do their thing, really we're having a lot of convection trying to pop up in eastern Oklahoma, so that may start to play an effect on these storms. And as we are continuing to watch what these storms do, okay, circulation looks a little bit better with this Ryan storm. So nothing tornadic right this moment. We'll continue watching how this storm evolves. Storm near Wilburton continues to look impressive as it's just along the highway there, heading from Wilburton to Clinton. We are Roberts Cave State Park is having this out of circulation. Move right through it. We haven't got confirmation of a tornado being on the ground. Um, This Tellahene Albine storm continues to ramp up. We'll see exactly what comes of that. As we continue to look at this radar return, just hop around here, see what's going on. Really, the stuff in southern Oklahoma is really becoming a mess. There's really one solid storm in Oklahoma, southern Oklahoma right now, and it's this storm south of Ringling near Ryan. Eventually we'll go south of Wilson. Right now, nothing on it looks tornadic. Just something that we have to keep an eye on. Storm up near Anadarko continues to not look that impressive at the moment. Yeah, really right now there's only one solid tornado game in the state, and that's this storm near Wilburton. Starting to get a little bit more well-defined hook on it as I switch into dual pole mode. Alright, those are circulation area, and what I'm doing now is just searching for anything that may indicate a tornado being on the ground. Right now, nothing suggests that it's hitting anything at least that would cause debris to be in the atmosphere. Storm near Brent, that severe thunderstorm warning has been allowed to expire. Again, let's back out, get a wide view of the state here. So, this storm's weakening right now. This storm's highly disorganized, still maintaining hail size and wind. This storm looks to have the most potential in southern Oklahoma. And then these storms out east. This storm continues to push off to the east. Soon will be outside of the state. Still has small hail and damaging wind gusts with it. This storm near Tallahassee, Albine is a relatively new storm. After you see what it does as it ramps up, maybe trying to get something going. But right now it doesn't have any mesocyclone with it. And then we have this tornadic storm near Wilburton, approaching Robles Cave State Park. Basically on top of Robles Cave State Park right now. So that's going to be your air circulation. It's going to be moving straight over Robles Cave State Park to the east at about 15 to 25 miles per hour. Hood continues to look more and more well defined through the last couple scans. Make sure it's still a tour possible on it. Radar indicated rotation, so that means it's not confirmed at the moment. Continue to check Twitter and everything. See if I can get a beat on what's happening. Storm near approaching Rock Island. This continues to look a little bit better in terms of tornado potential, but nothing close yet. But something that I'll be keeping my eye on for sure. Looks like they added a severe thunderstorm warning to Wilburton storm, 7 mile per hour wind gusts, and half dollar sized hail. Tallahassee storm again is just kind of getting its act together. Have to see how the storm dynamics start to play out with that one. Check out these storms in southern Oklahoma. That storm near at Darko area has dropped the severe thunderstorm warning on it, so it's no longer severe. So with this southward ringling storm along the Texas border, we are seeing a broad area rotation. Nothing that will indicate tornado potential right now. Just have to see how it continues to develop. North of Wichita Falls, near Randalat, Doyle, Devon. Looks weaker and weaker with each scan. Looks like all the severe threat with that storm is in Texas right now. Maybe this new storm trying to move northeast.